There's just something about Kingdom Hearts that always had me interested in the series. I've watched my uncle play the first game when I was a kid, and I also played the first 10 minutes or so of 358 Days Over 2. Despite that, I never really played the series again until the entire series dropped on Steam. Without hesitation, I bought the Integra Masterpiece Collection and started my understanding of Kingdom Hearts anew. Welcome back to Backlog, Worthy. Let's talk about Kingdom Hearts. The combat controls felt a little floaty and wonky, but using the lock-on mechanic helped a bit in that regard. I'm not sure if there was target switching in the game since it's not something that I found out in my playthrough. However, if it was something that I just missed, I wish I hadn't because it would have made combat just a bit easier for me. Without that type of functionality, I found combat to be a bit annoying at times. Other than that small snippet of complaining, I did really enjoy the combat in Kingdom Hearts, especially when it comes to using a balance of attack, combos, and magic. Traveling between the worlds using the gummy ship was a mixed bag for me. Just going up and down in the ship was a task for me to learn as the controls were inverted. That one might just be on me since I didn't take the time to explore the settings. Other than that, the gameplay kinda felt repetitive. You dodge obstacles while shooting at enemies for a few minutes until you arrive at your next destination. That's really it. I don't really blame Square Enix or Disney for this though. There are not really any ways that I can personally think of to avoid the path that they took with the gameplay. There was a mechanic that I didn't really care for, however, and that would be the Trinities. I know it was only something that was needed a handful of times throughout the game, but I felt like there was some important content that was hidden behind them, an example being the Aroga spell in Neverland. I'm no game designer by any means, but I think it was implemented to give meaning to backtracking, but unfortunately, it wasn't something that I felt was really needed. My understanding of the story is that the Heartless, along with Darkness, started leaking out of somewhere, with my guess being Kingdom Hearts, and it begins to weaken the barriers that keep the worlds from interacting with one another. This is something that can be seen with Sora finding himself in Traverse Town after seeing his home island being swallowed by the darkness. With this, Sora, Donald, and Goofy go around different Disney locations with the goal of sealing the keyhole of each world to stop the spread of Heartless. I really only want to talk about the first two worlds in Kingdom Hearts so I don't spoil too much of the game. This might just be me reaching for something, but I really like the Destiny Islands. You get to see the cast before the Heartless attack and the events of Kingdom Hearts unfold. I think that this island shows how life was before the responsibility of the Key Bearer was forced upon Sora. As I mentioned before, Sora finds himself in Traverse Town early on in the game. This world is a great starter town in my opinion. It's a familiar face to backtrack to throughout your playthrough. Despite the fact that I was not the most fond of the Trinity marks, I'd go as far as to argue that it's one of the best places to test or search for them. There are a handful of characters that you'll find yourself interacting with throughout the game. Sora is the key bearer and the main character of Kingdom Hearts. I gotta say, I really liked him as a character. He is a decent mix of goofy and lighthearted, but at times knew when to be serious. Donald and Goofy are the supporting members of Sora's party. And just like the leader, they both play a part in making things lighthearted but can be serious when the time calls for it. Riku is the counterpart of Sora, two sides to the same coin, the dark to his light. Literally. Growing up alongside Sora, Riku falls into the wrong hands and opposes his childhood friend and rival throughout the game. These aren't technically characters, but the Heartless are something that I'm fond of. Each Heartless has their own design that correlates with each world they invade. Even though I'm demolishing each Heartless I come across, I can't help but appreciate each of their designs. I honestly have nothing bad to say about the music in Kingdom Hearts. It's a mix of Disney and JRPG music, and Square Enix nails it. You get a mix of that childlike wonder with the Disney music and their characters, while also being accompanied by the excitement of the battle music. The graphics go well for the aesthetic that the developers were going for. It's a game with Disney characters and their charm, so it would be kinda hard for them to go with anything besides cartoony graphics. Kingdom Hearts is a great game that deserves the praise it's been getting from its fans for years. Because of that, I can easily give this game a 9 out of 10. I enjoyed everything from the music, to the worlds, to even the silly and floaty combat. Unfortunately, the only thing holding Kingdom Hearts back from a perfect score are the mechanics and the amount of backtracking it wants you to do with Trinity marks.